Today we're making a miniature clay dog. Just like people, dogs can come in a variety of shapes and sizes. My design resembles more of a Labrador Retriever, but you can customize it to resemble a dog of your own. Later I can show you how I modified this design to resemble my family's dog, Penny. As always, I start with a sketch to help me anticipate the shapes and colors we'll need. I actually already have a design for Penny, which you'll see in some of my drawings, but for this clay piece, I wanted to simplify the character design even more. Still, I can tell from our sketch that this dog is not as simple or beginner level as it may seem, because the head and torso shapes are not straightforward spheres or cylinders. We'll try our best though. Let's start by mixing our clay. You can use any color you'd like, but to achieve this blonde color I'm using, you can mix yellow, white, and a little bit of brown. For the head, I'm starting with a round ball and pinching out the nose area. Next, I'm making almost a cylinder shape for the torso, but kind of leaning it at an angle. Think the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because when dogs sit, they lean a little forward as well. Then I'm adding some ears, which also start as a round ball that I flatten and pinch into a teardrop shape. I'm using black clay for the nose and 2 eyes. The back legs are probably the hardest shape for me to describe. I'm shaping the clay into a tiny flat circle, then pinching out just a little bit on the bottom to be the foot. It almost looks like a speech bubble. Then I attach the front legs, which start as long, tubular, or cylinder shapes. I pinch one end of the cylinder ever so slightly to be the paws. Lastly, I'm adding a tail, which can be as short or long or floofy as you'd like. My dog just has an elongated cone-shaped tail. I made a second dog to resemble Penny. I changed the design by giving her different ears that are more triangular in shape. I'm also going to paint a few details after she is baked. I'm using oven-baked clay, so I'm popping it into the oven at 275 degrees for 15 or more minutes. I left this one in for about 20 minutes, but that depends on the strength of your oven and the size of your clay. After it's ready and cooled, you can consider your piece finished. However, I'm sanding it down and adding a few personal details. I'm also finishing it off with some glaze. And that's it! As much as I love dogs, I actually don't sculpt them very often, so I hope that I too can make more of them and improve. I hope you have a fun time making a doggo of your own. I can't wait to see what you create. Till next time!